Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my channel where we're talking all things real estate from private money to land flipping and ground up development or new construction. So today I want to give you like an overview of what private money is and the different loan products that they offer. So that way you as a wholesaler, I would assume as you start closing deals, as you start looking at these land deals, using the softwares that I provide, with the loan worksheet, seeing these profits that these builders are making from doing these new construction projects, I would think that that would be the next step in, your journey to obtain financial freedom, generational wealth, whatever works for you, right? Whatever that you're in this business to try to do, which I assume is make money to take care of yourself and your family, right? So I want to explain to you these different loan products so that way you can ask the right questions to these builders, developers, or if a wholesaler who you dibble and dabble into the land flipping, but ultimately you want to do fix and flips, bird strategies and whatnot, this will help you as well. So let's jump right into it. It's just private money and what the loan products are. Okay, so all right. So pretty much there's two types of loans that they're going to offer. They're going to offer bridge loans and then they're going to offer DSCR or rental loans. We're going to go over bridge loans first. What a bridge loan is exactly what it sounds like. The private money is there to bridge the gap between what you and your project, right? So for a new construction loan, typically builders will buy the land, do the entitlements if necessary, do handle the permitting, all of that, and then they will seek a lender when they're ready to go vertical, right? So when they're ready to build, actually use money to do the foundation, the framing, the siding, the roof, interior, all that stuff, they're going to use the money, right? So private money is going to bridge that gap. It's the same with fix and flip. The only difference, the biggest difference between a fix and flip loan is a new construction loan is going to be typically the purchase is wrapped up inside the loan, right? So a fix and flipper may get a deal under contract from a wholesaler like me or you, right? They'll get it under contract. They'll maybe come out of pocket for the earnest money. Then they'll go seek the money for the rehab all in one loan as well. So you might get a property under contract for 225. It needs about $25,000 worth of work. So you're in at 250 and you can sell it for 360. Just to kind of throw some numbers out there, right? So that's typically how a fix and flip loan is going to work. Typically, you're not going to come in with any equity, right? So you're going to have to bring cash to the closing table. Oftentimes, it's going to be a solid little chunk of cash to the closing table, and we can go over an example for something like that probably in a later video, or you can check back. I do have some examples of putting together some terms in other videos, so just go check those out. And then you have your new construction loan, which I explained earlier is going to be pretty much when you're ready to go vertical. Now, so as you can see on the screen, the biggest difference is going to be for the between the prepayment penalty and so your bridge loan and your DSCR. Bridge loans, they're not going to have a prepayment. So if you have a 12-month term, 6-month term, you say 12-month term, you pay it off in 5. You won't be penalized for that. Now, with DSCR loans, if you get a 10-year, 15, 20, 30, 40, whatever, and you pay off early, typically within the first 5 years, you're going to have a prepayment penalty. And a common prepayment penalty is going to be a step down. So your 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 step down. And what that means is it's very simple, guys. If you pay it off in the first year, you'll pay 5%. You pay it off in the second year, you'll pay 4. Third year, 3. Fourth, 2. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's exactly what it is. And then after that, you'll be good. So going back to the bridge loans, typically with a bridge loan, they're going to fund, if you're doing new construction, they're going to fund 100% of the construction cost, right? And then they're going to be capped at the total cost of the loan. Okay, so they'll give you maybe 85%, sometimes 80, maybe 87, depending on your experience, liquidity, credit, all that stuff, right? So they're going to hold back 100% of the construction, and then when you start to make your draws, you're going to eat up your budget. And as you make your draws, obviously these are going to be interest only loans. Should have put that on here. Typically, these are going to be interest only on what you pay for your bridge loans. Okay, so as you keep drawing more money, the cost is going to go up more and more and more and more and more. That's pretty much what a bridge loan is, and it's the same thing for your fix and flip loans. They're typically going to go up higher in terms of leverage, just being that there's already an asset built already, right? So if somebody was to default on a new construction loan, and let's say they got to the point where they were able to put the framing up, you would have to, as a lender, you would have to either find a builder to come in to finish that project, right? Or cut losses and probably sell it to a builder at a low price. But as far as like a fix and flip, the house is already there, so it shouldn't be that hard to auction it off as they would a foreclosure. Like if a lender foreclosed on you, if you were like a property owner in terms of as a personal homestead. And so it's the same deal. They're going to fund 100% of the rehab, and there's no prepayment. These are typically shorter loans, anywhere between 6 to 12 months, as opposed to a new construction, probably 12 to 24. So if they're building like maybe 4 to 6 units, they may opt in for anywhere between 18 months to 24 months. If they're building anything from like 1 to maybe 4, I would say probably 12 months would be what they're going to where they're going to be at. And I mean, and that's just pretty much a bridge loan, right? Now, in terms of the rates, I have some common rates here, like the not 85% on new construction LTC and the 90 LTC for fix and flip. That's just kind of what I see that's common if you have the experience, the liquidity, and the credit, right? Um, that's why I use that. Now, when you talking to these lenders, you can ask them, what are some common terms? How do I get this leverage? How do I get this leverage? What is your rate? What's your points? Loan term, draw schedule, your draw fees. How long does it take to process a draw? All that stuff you're going to learn as you talk to more builders, and as you talk to more lenders, right? And get familiar with the language. You know what I'm saying? So just moving on, we're going to go to DSCR rental. So DSCR, debt service coverage ratio. That's what DSCR, a rental loan. So when you hear a fix and flipper talking about, oh, I'm gonna use the BRRRR strategy. I'm going to get a property, fix it up, rehab, refinance, get a tenant in there, refinance, and repeat the process. This is what they mean, a fix and hold. Now, a strategy that's been around for a while, but it's kind of gotten very popular amongst builders over this last year, especially with rates, election year and all that. Build to rent products have been so making sure that your project works not only if you go to sell, right? If you opt into, okay, cool, what we're going to do is we're going to refinance into a long-term perm debt loan, and we're going to hold it for about 7, 8 years, 9 years as a rental. Market shifts a little bit, buyers feel a little bit more comfortable, getting out into the space, then we'll sell. So that's a strategy that builders are using right now as well. And then as you can see, in terms of they offer 10, 15, 20, 30 year, and these are going to be fixed. So this is your long-term perm debt. This isn't one of those types of loans where it's going to be adjustable or anything like that. This is a fixed loan. So whatever terms that you close at, that's going to be your rate. That's going to be the rate until the loan's paid off or until you execute your strategy. Typically, the LTV is pretty much what's going to be the biggest difference because there's no cost, right? The product is finished. So if you're building to rent, the product is habitable, it's ready to go. So there's typically no cost. So what they'll do is they'll get an appraisal done, and then they'll base the LTV off the appraisal. So if you got a property in for 100,000, whatever, and they did an appraisal, no, not even 100,000. If they got an appraisal done and it came back at 200K, right? and they're like, okay, we'll give you 80% of that. So okay, cool. They'll give you 100 LTV on 160,000, right? And that's rate and term. So there's a difference between the leverage that they're able to go up based off of what you're trying to do. If you're trying to pull out some money to go continue to do more projects, that's fine. Obviously, they have product for that. But if you're not, you're trying to leave everything in and you just need rate and term. And what that means is rate and term means 7.5, 30 year rate term, right? A cash out refi is, hey, look, I want to pull equity out, right? I want to cash out some of my equity, put it long term. I have me a rental now. So if they were in the deal 25 grand and they want to do a cash out of 25 grand or 30 grand, essentially they've taken all the money that they've spent out of their pocket out of the deal. And now it's probably just cash flowing, right? Until they find it's the right time to sell, or they might be trying to build up a rental portfolio. So that's just something you need to think about. A big difference between these, I talked about it earlier, prepayment penalties. DSCR loans have prepayment penalties. They're all not 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 step downs. They have different options. Talk to your lenders and ask what are your prepayment penalty options on your DSCR rental loans and let them kind of figure it out. But just to give you a common idea is usually a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 step down. And then last, they do portfolio loans. So if you have a rental portfolio, and some of them are capped on, how many, like if you own 400 units, they probably have to select and put together a certain type of product for you, depending on, how big of a client they believe you are down the line. But, anyway, I would say up to 200 would be common. So if you own 100 rental properties, right, or if you just taking down 12 to 15 houses you're doing rehabs on, and you want to just go ahead and instead of selling them and putting them on the market, you want to go ahead and refinance all of them, then that's probably the product that they're going to give you. Typically with portfolio loans, they don't offer like 10, 15, 20. It's going to be 30-year minimum. I would think maybe 40 as well, but I know for sure 30 years. So with that being said, like the reason why I'm showing you all this information, I'm kind of creating a story for you to like, once you learn private money, you learn how the game goes in terms of wholesaling land. Even if you are wanting to wholesale homes, you know what I'm saying? Like there's different nuances because there's inspection requirements and stuff like that. And you're really hands-on kind of timeline dealing with contractors and stuff like that, which I would say the same for new construction as well. But once you understand, like, okay, this is what I want to do. If I'm wholesaling land and I'm looking at these land deals, I'm looking at these comps, right? I'm looking at the cost of the land that these builders are buying for. I'm looking at the permitting cost of this. I'm looking at the cost of money when using private money, typical rates, terms, LTV, LTC. Uh, I would say also points, origination points. All that's going to play a factor. And I'm seeing real live data of how many days on market these products are sitting. I'm seeing certain builders who had products on market. I'm looking at price reductions, looking at if they changed their strategy from build to sell to build to rent. You're looking at all these things, right? So that's why I pieced together what I'm talking about with land wholesaling, understanding private money, and ground up development, right? So that way you're getting knowledge. If you're just starting out and you're like, I need to make some fucking money, this is how you make some money. But this has to, your wholesaling has to have a means to an end. Because it's at the end of the day, no matter how you slice it, it's still sales. You still got to bang the phones. You still got to follow up. You still got to be sending mail pieces out, driving for dollars, door knocking. All those are strategies that are proven that's going to work in this type of business because you got to tap people. The rules of sales still applies. Now, the product and how much money you make, the ticket is higher for sure. But do you want to really sit and make 500 and 600 calls a week for the rest of your life? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, have a plan, like, hey, save up the money that you're making wholesaling land, invest in yourself, get your credit right. You know what I'm saying? Start trying to open up an LLC, find you a builder who's willing to partner with you, start putting together their resumes and stuff like that. Go down, take down the land yourself. So that way, hey, look, I'm bringing this builder sign on the loan with you, right? So you can get the best terms, go out, complete a project, use those funds, continue to wholesale land, do another one, do another one. Once you have 3 to 5 that you partner with a builder with, you should understand, you should understand the business at that point, and you'll be able to go out and get favorable terms from private lenders. So then now you're able to keep, more of the pie. And you just keep doing that, keep doing that, keep doing that. You can do some, build to rent duplexes while you're build to sell patio homes, townhomes, whatever works for you. But I'm just trying to make like, I hope y'all get that I'm showing you a story. Like it's starting out with the land. Then here we go, learning private money. We're learning new construction. So that way, because all of them are going to help you get from point A to point B. What got me interested in wholesaling land was literally the opposite. I did the opposite. I literally worked in private lending started out as an analyst, then an underwriter, account executive, back underwriter. Okay. I took down a piece of land. I got a builder to build it up for me. And I'm like, oh shit, I want to do some more deals, but it costs money. So it's okay, cool. I know what these builders are buying. Let me go find these deals for them. Let me be their bird dog. Let me be their wholesaler. So that way I can stack some money up to go out and do some more projects. So I hope that helps. Today I decided to put out 2 videos for y'all. So I don't know. I was just feeling it. I have a lot of stuff, I kind of want to show y'all. I have things written down that helped me out a lot. Mistakes that I made also don't want y'all to make those same ones. If you have any questions, if any comments, if you want some training one-on-one, I'm not going to really call it coaching. It's just going to be training. Like we can bounce ideas off each other. I'm going to show you how to, do this part of the business right. It's up to you to learn your market. I'm not in every state here in the U.S., so that's probably going to be the biggest hurdle for anybody looking to do this. Like, if you want to just jump into Texas market, cool, it'd be easier because I'll be able to kind of go through things with you. But in terms of other markets, you're going to have to learn where the new construction is or where the rehabs are going on in your area and go from there. So, with that being said, if this video, has done you any type of justice, man, just do me a favor, please like and subscribe. So, with that being said, if this video has helped you out in any way, please do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe. If anybody's looking to get into this business that and you think this video will be helpful for them, send it over. I'm trying to help as many people as I can, create some supplemental income. And, holiday season's around the corner, trying to get some extra money. The 2025 is around the corner. Let's hit the ground running. Here you go. You have all of November to start getting comfortable on the phone, to start building out your list, to start learning your market. And you have till December to make calls. So here we are with, I would say 60 days, 60 or so days left in the year. Get started doing something. And let's go from there. That's pretty much all I have for you.